What's up, everyone? Welcome to Franco Allo Photo, my YouTube channel where I talk about knives. I do some knife tests, I review some knives, and every once in a while I throw in something into the mix like unboxing of the new niche coffee grinder. New to me, not new to the market. And so today, instead, where we stand is I had the privilege and honor of working with Casey from Lynn Valley Forge, a smith from North Vancouver in Canada, who made a prototype knife, and he wanted me to test that knife. So the knife you are looking at is a 7-inch Western chef's knife, integral bolster, Tasmanian blackwood handle, and vintage canvas micarta spacer. Oh, there's a lot going on in this knife. And hold on, we're not even done yet. Twisted W's Damascus pattern. It's got a hamon. It's really thin. Have I mentioned it's 7 inches? I think I have. Oh, SRC 61.5. And also the prototype part, it's Casey's first S-grind knife. Now be sure to check out Casey's work. The Instagram account in which he posts all his beautiful images is right here in this corner. So go give him a like, give him a follow, show him some support. Now the review on this knife is a knife that I've also used for roughly 2.5 to 3 months. And so I'll be talking about everything that I love about this knife. I'll be showing you some knife tests near the end of the video, and I hope you enjoy. This knife delivers everywhere it has to. It was super sharp right out of the box, stunning build, great high quality materials, and a very good all-arounder. Due to its size, it wouldn't exactly be my go-to for something like a really big cabbage or a melon, but it did surprisingly well when I cut a sweet potato into small little bite-sized pieces. Sweet potato being notoriously difficult for some knives just because of that high molecular structure, which makes the ease of sliding a knife like this through a sweet potato difficult, but not in this case. Now, this knife was sent to me because of it being a prototype S-grind, and the S-grind, however, that did not perform as expected. What do I mean by did not perform as expected? It wasn't a detriment to the cutting performance or its cutting potential, but it just wasn't apparent enough that there was an S-grind on display that it made a significant difference. Now the S-grind, you can tell right here from this bar, this is the plate that Casey would have used to try to remove some material in this linear fashion. It's very, very shallow. And so my tip to Casey was just, great knife, love the Damascus, love the subtle hamon, but for the S-grind, he's gonna have to go and just remove a little bit more steel to give it a more pronounced feel so you can actually create that air pocket, which is what the S-grind is all about. You're sliding a knife through produce, through a vegetable, through any other ingredient, and that air pocket, a little bit like in a single bevel, a yanagiba or a deba, that's going to allow the food to release and have less friction. Now, right out of the box, the knife did struggle a little bit with cutting cherry tomatoes and the skin of bell peppers. Those two items specifically have one trait in common. They have really tough, high-tension surface skin. And so again, that's not at all a comment on the knife that it can't do it. It's just maybe in the way that he sharpened it. It just doesn't have enough bite. So I have tested it for 2.5 months, and you'll see some footage coming up soon. But what I will do after I've now put this review on the tube is I'm going to give this edge some more bite. I'm going to use a lower grit stone and maybe even give it a bit of a micro bevel. And we'll see how that does on cherry tomatoes and the skin of bell peppers. However, in terms of anything else, onions, garlic, shallots, sweet potato, fennel, oranges, apples, nuts, chocolate, I've put this knife through the test. It was crazy. I held it like I normally would, pinch grip, Western style because of the type of handle it is. I swayed it across the board. I used just the tip, just the heel. 2.5 months. Edge retention, look, absolutely amazing. I can't speak more highly of this knife than I already have. It was an extremely good performer. It was a joy to use for 2.5 months. Edge retention was amazing. I didn't even use a honing steel. I just dropped it on the leather every once in a while. And that, I gotta say, is probably one of the highest selling points of Casey's knives. The Damascus is absolutely stunning. The patina is really easy to maintain, and it's got a really gorgeous blue hue, one of the richest hues I've ever seen. But that edge retention, that's something I'm always looking for in a knife. I'm using a knife daily, always making homemade food, and if I'm not making homemade food, it's probably Domino's carry out. But you know what? If I'm at home and I'm gonna be cooking, I want a knife that gives me good edge retention. I want a knife that has good cutting potential, and I want a stunner of a knife to look at. This is all of those. Let's get into the knife tests. Have you seen the patina on this knife? Now, the coveted paper test. Remember, it hasn't been sharpened in just about 3 months, so this is still out of box edge, not a single sharpen, just a little bit of leather stropping. Oh yeah, that's some real good focus there, bud.